there's also another story I want to touch on with regards to bills and how important it is to not recontract. Have a listen. See, here's a problem with dead people. They can't answer mail. They can't answer the door. They can't answer the phone. They can't end contracts because they need that spirit breath, life, you, to respawn it. Response. Right? And I believe, let me just go back to what Steve posted yesterday, Steve Mahon, with regards to response. I just want to make sure I get it right, because he's absolutely right. Response meaning to pledge or answer. Yes. I don't repledge anything, right? The only pledge you should be using, and barely, is the stuff to put some wax on your furniture. Yeah, you don't want to be a plebiscite. Now, where is it? I know I'll find it here. Oh, here it is. Forgotten, but not by bills. I love this. Come on. Come on. Dead for 8 years. You can't make this up. Now, keep in mind, just see the anagogic in this. What is it telling you from the physical effect? You could stay in the physical effect and go, oh, my God, someone died 8 years, they left her there, and the bills, and no one was paying it, and so on and so on. You get into the dramas of it, or you can just look at it and go, thank you. Interesting. So you get a water bill or whatever, just write deceased on it, return to sender, and send it back.
Perfect.
So
beautifully easy.
They cannot close the account until they find the power of fucking attorney. And that don't exist. Good luck with that one. Starting to see the magic now, guys? Isn't it fun? Use the rules against the rules. That's called a singularity. In the same way that Phoenician was broken by using all the rules, by breaking all the rules at the same time. If you choose to stand in truth, you're standing with all creation. If you choose not to stand in truth, please do not expect all creation to back you up. I want to get back to reiterate this whole concept again with this forgotten, but not by bills, dead for 8 years. Natalie Wood still getting bills in the mail. All right? I'm going to read this story, and I'll break it apart anagogically. But there they are, right? It's down in Sydney, actually. City of Sydney in... it was in the Sun Telegraph here. So you can't make this stuff up. It's the Sunday Telegraph, August 21st. This is 2011. But again, this is now, so this is why it matters now. Funny how these things just kind of pop into the now, eh? Just as we were talking about it, what do we do about utility bills and everything else? So I went looking, as I always do, I wait for the universe to give me the answer, and here it is. So a forgotten pensioner, Natalie Wood, whose body was left to rot for 8 years in her inner city home, has been sent demands for unpaid bills for thousands of dollars. Okay? 8 years, which meant that the water was still on, the gas was still on, the electricity was still on, everything was still going. And she hadn't, of course, she's dead. How's she going to pay anything? But of course, she couldn't pay it, nor could anyone contact her to consent to be the dead name. So here's the anagogic of what the name is. So let's just make believe that Natalie Wood was alive for 8 years, never answered the door and never responded to her mail, because it's the same thing. You agree to be dead, well, you're Natalie Wood. So pay attention to what happens to those that, well, if the name's dead, I'm going to leave it dead. Let the dead carry out the dead. So here it is. The tragic plight of the Surrey Hills recluse shamed the city of Sydney after she lay undiscovered for so long after her death. However, it seems her tragic demise was a wake-up call to Sydney City Council. Yeah, they're really on the ball, aren't they? Which sent a demand payment. This is 8 years, okay, guys? 8 years. People are worried about month to month. I'm going to show why at the end of this, why anyone, if you make even one payment to it, your power or whatever will get cut off. I've said that many times in the past. A letter addressed to the estate of Natalie Wood, was sent to her home and left on the front steps. Surrounded by cards and dead flowers from people offering condolences to the woman forgotten by family, neighbors, and friends. But it's addressed to the estate of Natalie Wood. So not only was this woman dead for 8 years, they didn't give a fuck. They're still interested in getting the money, so they're trying to get a hold of the estate. So that means that they would have to get a hold of what, boys and girls, for anyone that did any legal study? They would have to find the what? The power of attorney. The spirit seed of as below to above creation. The agreement, POA. On rate estimates for similar-sized properties, the bill could run into thousands. Only weeks ago, the city of Sydney said one of the reasons it wasn't alerted to her death was because as a pensioner, she was entitled to free rates. But after her pension was canceled a few years ago, councils started sending rate notices, and when no payments were forthcoming, debt collectors were called in. No one bothered to go and knock on Natalie's fucking door to see if she was okay. No. We need the money here, boys and girls, and the soul raping. But they were feeding on the dead. This is the joke, right? Anyway, they said neighbors told them the house was vacant. However, it didn't stop another rate demand being sent to Mrs. Wood's address, this time to be dealt with by whoever inherits her estate. Guess who they're going to go after? I wouldn't want to... See, I talked about inheritance before. I don't want inheritance. Go right back to the invocation of the cross. I wrote it right in there. If you want, I can read the damn thing out tonight. And that's a year ago, December. So a year and a half ago, I was like, come on. Do we really have to think this hard to get this game done? Unbelievable. Here, 1 sec. Just got to pick something up there. Okay. Let's continue on here. So that again, they said neighbors told them the house was vacant. However, it didn't stop another rate demand being sent to Mrs. Wood's address, this time dealt with by whoever inherits her estate. So they're going after the money after she's dead. Well, we've got to get money out of somebody, and some doofus is going to inherit the estate. And they're going to, well, or not. City of Sydney Chief Executive Officer Monica Bar-One, I guess you'd pronounce it Bar-Own, right? Bar-Own. Yeah, Mon-I-Ka. Yeah. You can't put this shit up. Said the rates demand had been sent by mistake for 8 years. I'm very sorry the notice was distributed, she said. It should never have gone out. Oh, but come on, you guys are on top of your game. You know what's going on in every department. That's why you're in a cubicle, so you can't know what's going on in every department. I will be apologizing to the family, she said. Why bother? You're a parasite. Nothing comes out of your face as truthful anyway, so why are you going to believe that? Sorry, you're done. This is where it gets really good. A city spokesman confirmed it was going to waive the demand it had made. Oh, well, how noble of you. They're going to waive the demand to the dead being. What else are you going to do, stupid? Sydney Water, which also sent a letter to the Wood address, confirmed that officers had sent out a bill but would not clarify the amount. So this means the water was on, guys. Pay attention to the anagogics here. If it was for 8 years' supply of water, which means it was on to the Surrey Hills property, it could be as much as an estimated $6,000. And this is for someone that didn't even turn the tap on for 8 fucking years. But the toilet's going to keep draining a little bit due to evaporation and keep refilling. So there's going to be a lot more water used every year than you could imagine just with evaporation. And now if a tap was dripping, which likely after that length of time, there would probably be a few dripping taps in the house, I assure you. Seals don't like being under pressure for that long. You know, done a lot of plumbing in my day. I've seen worse damage from taps and pipes left a lot shorter lengths of time not used. So here we go. If it was for 8 years' supply of water to the Surrey Hills property, it could be as much as an estimated $6,000, which is the amount a bill on a similar property in the area could reach. However, as a pensioner, she could have been eligible for certain discounts. Do you believe they're still even talking about this? But, you know, she's a pensioner, so it could be less. They're focused on what here, guys? The money. There is no humanity in these people. Even though Sydney Water apologized for sending the bill, which was again left on the doorstep, did you bother to knock the door? But she's dead, so who cares? It said that it still wanted to receive its money. Now find the humanity in that. I don't care if she's dead. 8 years? Fuck it. We want our money. And who's the money for? For a company. A dead thing. Okay.
Yeah, Kate, that's like saying, I'm sorry I shot you in the head.
Twice. From behind.
Yeah. I'm sorry I sent the... What? What kind of passive-aggressive crap? I mean...
Candace Lester. I'd like to see a lexigram on that name. I see lice in there already. Anyway, Candace Lester, a spokeswoman for Sydney Water, said it's not a matter of disrespect. We have to be formally advised of a change in ownership of the property. Oh, okay. I guess the funeral notice that's going out, if there is going to be a funeral, is that good enough for you? You inhumane piece of fucking pond scum. Sorry, pond scum's useful. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. My bad.
They're just doing their jobs.
Yeah. Well, they're just doing their jobs right into a soul grave. Now, here's the last quote. We will settle any back payments with whoever is left to organize the estate. See? No, can't let it go, huh? Can't let it go. Got to go after whoever comes next. But we are not going down to go down the path of chasing anyone for money. The simple fact that you're going after someone means that you are chasing someone for money, you lying, seething, cock-bagging fuckwad. We will wait to sort out any outstanding bills. Sounds to me like you're still looking for the money, shitface.